Hello everyone, welcome back to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. It has been a while, quite a long while actually. I haven't played this game in over a year now, and the game has been abandoned since last time I played it. Now, I am not going to do any campaigns for a while because they take up a lot of time, and I've never really had to I've never got to finish them because they kept updating the game without original campaigns. But now I can actually do them because, well, they're not updating the game anymore. But I won't today. Today we're just going to do a custom battle where I'm going to make the ultimate speedboat. Okay, so we're gonna take our technology all the way to they had a 1960s. Last time I checked, this only went to 1950s. Anyway, and then they're gonna get a whole battle fleet from, let's say, 1925, right? And I'm gonna build the ultimate destroyer to beat them. Let's go. Okay. So, we got everything. Oh, okay, compact. We're gonna pick the one with the best speed, which might just be the default one. In fact, is just the default one. Okay, tower. I have tower there, rear tower. Ooh, which one's better? Dual gun tower? Or I'm gonna take the dual gun tower. We're gonna put complex funnels, like one complex funnel and one advanced funnel there. Then we're gonna take it to oil 3. No. Geared turbines 2. Auxiliary input. We're gonna go up to 42 knots. And you're gonna go up to 40 knots. Yeah. You're gonna go shaft 5. You're gonna go modern armor. Go anti-flood 3. Triple hull. Reinforced bulkheads. Hydroelectric steering. We're gonna make this the best ship that's ever shipped. I'm actually gonna have to turn it down a bit. I'll actually go to 37 knots. I'm gonna make it 39 knots. 39 is still a bit too high. Okay, 38 knots. Nope, 37 and a half. Let's see what that does. Now, mine 37 flat is probably the best we're gonna get. Gonna give it coincidence 5. So now we're gonna give it all of the pleasures of modern life. You know, veterans, spacious cabins, which means get more room, more crew. They gotta kill more of us to actually take out the ship. Very good. Okay, we're gonna put, obviously, some torpedo tubes. Put there. And I think I'll put some here as well. And for our main guns, we're going to go with dual 6-inch gun, no, dual 5-inch guns, but here, and here. It's a pretty good balance. We are overweight again. Don't worry, the ship doesn't need to be that long-ranged. Guess we can get a bit okay, we're at the edge of being overrange. Triple base, we're gonna do standard ratio shells, soft capped, ballistic, we're gonna do, we'll do auto loading, but then I can't. So I think we'll pull back on speed a bit. 35 knots, doesn't really save that much after we get this low. Now if we take it back down, that's only 1% actually. What if we go to hydroelectric 1? Doesn't change anything. What about standard electric? Only saves 1. Steam? Yeah, no, not worth it. Okay, we might actually take off the radio down to nothing. Still only saves 1%. Take the sonar back. Still only 1%. Yeah, make the main belt 5 inches. Just max out the armor. Max it out. Because we can. We just simply can, actually. can make the guns 45s if I can. Don't think I can though. Can make them 40s, so I'll make them 40s. I just gotta shave off a bit. So I'll shave it off from the superstructure and the decks. Also, I'll increase that there. Okay, what else can we do? We could potentially add smaller caliber guns, like 2-inch guns all over the place. Specifically here and here. And here. But now we're slightly overweight again. So I think I'll take this down to 3 inches on the side of the things. And I guess we can lighten the load with maybe... if we increase the beam a bit. There we go. Okay. Let's see what this thing can do. I'm going to be relying on the torpedoes for taking out the battleships, which there's a lot of. And just hoping that they don't get too many major hits on, because if they got 15-inch guns, it doesn't matter how old they are. A 15-inch shell is a 15-inch shell. It's going to get through. So, wish me up. Look, I'll come back when the battle actually starts, because building the game takes a while. So the Spanish fleet is being built right now. They have 6 battleships. I forgot I put them to 6 battleships. We might have a slight problem. And they got 3 battle cruisers. And they, oh no guys, I may have given them too much firepower. May have given them a bit too much firepower. Now I'm looking at them load in. Well, wish me luck. Let's see what we can do. Oh god, we're already at 0 range. Oh god, I forgot. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah. We gotta start fleeing right now. The torpedoes might help a lot, but we're not firing enough shells, and we're certainly not going to impact those. It could impact the heavy cruisers, but we got to try and get an angle where they can't fire at us with a cross section. So we want to cut to where those heavy cruisers are. Now, our shells are managing to damage the heavy cruisers. That's good. However, we are being slowly melted by ancient shells, and I believe the torpedoes aren't going to make it in time. Oh no. Okay, we've got torpedoes coming across into range now. We've got ships that are fleeing. It seems like lots of them have not detected the torpedoes. Or that our torpedo spread is just good enough that it may have diverted. Yep. We'll turn some degrees this way. Okay. We're gonna make them hurt. Christ. Where our torpedoes going? Our torpedoes are still heading throughout the things. They've hit some of their battleships, some of their stuff. I don't know how our 60s torpedoes have dudded. It could be a scenario where we could be still technically using the terrible Mark 13s, but I doubt that that's the case. Okay, if we can get the heavy cruisers off our backs with this torpedo rain, but I doubt I am going to be able to fire these torpedoes, because things are looking terrible. Fired some. We're gonna turn, see if we can fire some more. At the current rate, we are probably screwed. We're probably screwed. But we fired 6 torpedoes in front of the heavy cruiser class. Continue to open fire with our main batteries. After we get these torpedoes fired. We are definitely screwed now that our smoke is gone. Okay. Fired all of the torpedoes. Hopefully that battleship gets struck by some of our torpedoes. A lovely gifts to the Spanish fleet. Now, if we could even sink one of their destroyers and heavily damage the rest of their ships, we will be doing a service. There'll be one more ship that they have to replace. Unfortunately, oh, we got 2 torpedoes on that battleship. That's really good for us. However, these torpedoes that are currently hitting us are not good, and the ship no longer has any ammo. I want to say we did stuff today, but we didn't. Didn't work. I'm gonna turn down the Spanish fleet a bit to maybe this, so it's a bit more fair. Let's go. Let's see what we can do. Oh, it's a storm. Well, that's good for us. I kind of want to be still sending the torpedoes towards the battleships, since they're far less likely to manage to avoid them. So we'll do one of the funny circles. Send these torpedoes off, and then attempt to destroy the enemy light ships. Battlecruisers should be even slower. Yeah, 26 knots. Battleships matching 24. The destroyers somehow outpacing our modern destroyer. But their guns seriously lacking in comparison to ours. Don't know how our guns can't even fire at them. They're supposed to be top of the fucking line. Okay, we've got our first shots off. Now they have fired torpedoes at us. I think we should be good though. They seem to be running alongside that destroyer. Why are we using HE? HE does not work. And I seriously don't think it ever has. See, as soon as we switch to AP, we start getting damage. One of their light cruisers somehow found one of our torpedoes. You're supposed to be light ships. You're supposed to be able to avoid them. Now we're going to be running alongside this destroyer's torpedo wave for a bit. Just until they end up passing us. Because we don't want to have our ship ran in. Wait. Oh, this is bad. This is bad. This is bad. We don't have the way yet. It went under our ship. Good. And there was 2 of them there. But they went under the ship. Very, very good. Okay. Get back on target. Get back to firing. Okay, we need to fire some more torpedoes to the main fleets. Our guns don't really do any damage, so we're actually going to turn off the torpedoes. Never mind, too late. We're sent 3 of our precious torpedoes, so we need to be destroying their main fleet. We're going to turn them off until we've taken out all these light ships and we can do some rough passes. If I run out of torpedo ammo and my main guns can't penetrate battleships, I will call it a victory if I manage to get out of range. I've almost destroyed this destroyer. In fact, I think they're so damaged that they're probably already gone. So I'm going to switch targets. That was right. Begin damaging the other destroyer. Okay, now I'm in a range where I do want to be using my HE shells. That light cruiser may actually be a bit more of an issue because their guns are a lot closer and are a lot more powerful. I have been caught lacking. Okay, switch to armor piercing shells. And screw it, send the bloody torpedoes. Got 2 torps left. Starting to run out of 2-inch heavy shells. Well, piston shells. That should be it. That should be it on that light cruiser. It's gonna have major flooding now. It's gonna be hard for it to break through that flooding. Start sending HE shells again at it. Should be enough to disincorporate that ship. Say we're crossing the T now on that light cruiser. Get some majorly heavy hits in. Okay, I'm gonna switch back to AP. Also, apparently our last torpedoes were detonated on the deck. So were theirs. Okay. Well, we're at a pretty bad spot now with the rest of the fleet, but we should be able to destroy this light cruiser before we can flee. Realistically, the only thing that can actually take me out after I start fleeing is those battle cruisers. Because I should be able to take out the light cruisers and the destroyers at the same time while fleeing. The battle cruisers are the only ones that can actually catch up to me and sink me at the same time. But we're also gonna now change targets because that other ship, its flooding situation is pretty much a foregone conclusion that that ship is going to sink down. That heavy cruiser has gotten a bit too close for comforts. So we're going to flee at 19 knots, which does actually put us in a bad spot for the entire fleet. Now everything can catch up to us. I think we might be gone. Just gonna make sure I take out that light cruiser before we go. Turn on smoke, maybe it'll do something, maybe it won't, but that thing's gone. do as much damage as we can while we still can do damage. Okay, that heavy cruiser's coming alongside. I do not think it is possible for the crew of this ship to get out of this situation. Good luck to those aboard. Kenneth B. Bradley. Okay. That is going to be it for this video. Let's look at the ship stats. So, we sunk 2 of their ships and an equivalent of 12,000 or even 13,000 tons. We damaged some other ships, including one of their battle cruisers. No, not their battle cruisers, their battleship. Though not that well. We managed to do some serious punches with that, but we ended up losing nonetheless.